Quit your dream job to babysit your sister's kids, my dad demanded. After refusing to sacrifice my future for her lifestyle, I looked him in the eye and said, if she can afford to party every day, she can afford a babysitter. I worked 80 hours a week for 4 straight years to get this offer. Junior partner at a boutique architectural firm in Seattle. 6 figures, a signing bonus, and finally a way out of the suffocating gravity of my family home. I had paid my own tuition, skipped meals, and slept in my car between shifts just to survive college without asking my father for a dime. My sister Chloe took the opposite path. At 26, she had 2 toddlers, 0 work history, and an unshakable belief that the world owed her a lavish lifestyle. Every bad decision she made was labeled a learning experience. Every bill she couldn't pay was quietly absorbed by my parents. 3 days before I was supposed to sign my lease and relocate, my dad called an emergency family meeting. The dining table felt like an interrogation room. My mom wouldn't meet my eyes. She just stared at her teacup, wringing a paper napkin into shredded ribbons. Chloe sat slouched in the corner, scrolling through Instagram with fresh acrylic nails and a brand new designer, handbag resting on the chair beside her. My dad cleared his throat, crossed his arms, and dropped a bomb like he was doing me a favor. You need to decline the Seattle offer, he said. I froze. Excuse me? Chloe is overwhelmed, he continued, his voice smooth, rehearsed, and utterly devoid of hesitation. Raising Leo and Maya on her own is too much. Daycare is too expensive, and your mother's joints are getting worse. You need to stay here, turn down the relocation, and step up for this family. You want me to turn down a partnership track to be a live-in nanny? The words felt jagged in my throat. Don't be dramatic, my dad snapped, his temper flaring immediately. You can get a local desk job, something part-time. Family sacrifices for family, Marcus. You've always been the strong one. Chloe needs a break so she can build her career and find herself. I looked over at Chloe. She didn't even look up from her phone. She just casually tossed out, it's only until the kids are in kindergarten. Marcus, don't be so selfish. That word broke something inside me. Selfish. For years, I was the ghost in that house. When Chloe needed a new car, my college fund vanished. When Chloe got pregnant the second time, my graduation dinner was canceled because she needed a spa weekend to de-stress. I had accepted it all because I thought if I just worked hard enough, I could earn my way out cleanly. I pulled my phone out of my pocket and unlocked the screen. Her career? I asked quietly. I turned the screen toward my dad. It was Chloe's private Instagram story from 48 hours ago. VIP bottle service at an upscale club downtown. A receipt on the table showing a $1,500 tab. A video of her laughing, holding a glass of champagne, bragging about spending $4 grand in Miami the weekend before. My mother gasped softly. Chloe's face turned an ugly mottled red. Where did you get that? Chloe shrieked, lunging across the table. You're stalking my private account? A friend of mine works the door there, I said, my voice dropping an octave, dead cold. She didn't pay for that with career money. She paid for it with the emergency childcare fund. You guys wire her every single month. My dad didn't even look at the photos. He just slammed his fist onto the wooden table so hard the silverware jumped. That is none of your business, he roared. She's your sister. You will do what is expected of you, or you are no son of mine. The room went dead silent. For the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid of his anger. I didn't feel the panic that used to keep me awake as a teenager. I just felt an overwhelming icy clarity. I stood up slowly, pushing my chair back. I looked my father dead in the eyes. If she can afford to party every day, she can afford a babysitter. Marcus, don't you dare walk out that door. My dad yelled, rising to his feet. You owe us. I don't owe you anything, I said. I paid my own way. I earned my own life, and I'm not setting myself on fire just to keep her lifestyle warm. Before I left the room, I took care of the final loose end. My father was still a cosigner on an old joint savings account from when I was 17, the one where my parents used to stash family emergency money that they frequently drained. I opened my banking app, transferred every single cent of my personal earnings into a private, newly created account at an entirely different bank, and closed the old one. The next morning, I packed everything I owned into my sedan before the sun came out. I didn't leave a note. I didn't say goodbye. By noon, my phone was blowing up with furious voicemails from my father in panic, texts from my sister. The gravy train had officially derailed, and the reality of their expenses was finally crashing down on them without my future as their collateral. I pulled onto the interstate heading north towards Seattle, rolled the windows down, and blocked every single one of their numbers. For the first time in 24 years, I could finally breathe.